is up, everybody, and welcome to the stream. Welcome to your Monday. Hope you had a good... Wait, oh, goddamn, that's loud as fuck. What the fuck? Hope you had a good weekend. Sorry, that was loud, man. That was loud. My bad. My bad. It's going to be a good show today, guys, but I got to complain about something. Okay? I got to complain about something. You know? Unfortunately, it seems like I'm complaining a lot these days. I don't know. You tell me, chat. Have I been complaining a lot? Or, like, is it chill? You let me know. Am I being chill, or am I like this and that and this and that? Am I like the Karen? I'm like the Karen of streaming. A lot of bitching going on. Don't worry, Josh. Elena's soccer team was really good. Jesus. Okay, so I've got a stupid freaking problem I want to talk about here, okay? Josh, I don't know if you follow esports, but did you see what happened yesterday with Apex Legends North American Regional Finals? Hacker forcibly took over 2 of the top players in the world and embedded aimbots? What? That's wild. First of all, thanks, man. $20, very generous, man. A1 exec FPS. I did not know about that. So a hacker, I don't understand. So the hacker was trying to get it to seem like they were cheating? Can we bitch about how bad the Battlefront release was? Yeah, I heard. I mean, I heard that was pretty rough. We bitched about that a little bit last week. No, what I have to bitch about is like this really stupid problem, man. I have a sty in my left eye. Do you know what that is? Anybody know what that is? It's basically like a pimple on your eye or on your eyelid, and it's like scratching my left fucking eye like all goddamn day. Oh, it sucks, man. I knew what was going on too, because I was trying to do like eye drops and it just didn't get better. And I was like, oh, man. So I found it. It's like it's right on the top of the eyelid right there. Just a little bump. And it's enough to be horrible. Yeah. Usually they just go away, though. Usually, like, the body takes care of it. Kind of like it does naturally with pimple. But, yeah, no, it sucks. Hey, Pretty Nikki, it's good to see you. Work's been crazy. Yeah, I hear about that. Becoming crosshair? Oh, God, I hope not. That'd be a little too intense, man. That'd be a little too intense for me. Hot washcloth on it. Yeah, I actually was. I had a ice right before. Before I went live, I had this ice pack, and I had the ice pack on my eye, and it felt great. You think warm's the way to go, though? Hot is the way to go. Did I screw it up with the ice pack? Oh no, I made it worse. Take the eye. I'll just be like Nick Fury, man. My raise got denied at work. Well, you know what you got to do? You got to go right into your boss's office, and you got to be like, stand up! Look at me! I am the captain now! And now you got his salary. You see how that works? Or if you had like a reverse Uno card on hand, you know? They could have like denied it, and then you take the reverse Uno card, and you slap it down on the table and be like, I deny your denial! You see, you guys got to know, like, these are the things in the corporate world and in business. These are kind of the unspoken facts of negotiations and stuff like that. Cold doesn't help. Use warm. Okay, right on. Did I make it worse? Might as well cut the eye out? Like a horror movie? I could do it right here on stream. Roll up 3-gram Blizzy for this. Also would love VG Mount and Blade Bannerlord. Today's my day off, and I'm making hash listening to the nerdy news. Damn, bro. Sounds like a good day, man. Good on you, brother. Smoke them if you got them. Thanks for making such an awesome community. Looking forward to your future success. I'll be here for the ride. Hey, thanks, man. Watch those wrist rockets. I appreciate it. Did I forgive your tardiness? Yeah. I'll forgive you, bro. How was the weekend, guys? How you guys doing? How was the weekend? Y'all have a good one? I just kind of had a chill one. You know, worked a little bit, just kind of chilled, kind of still getting over some of the shit from last week as far as like the sickness and thing that happened with my neck. That's what I mean. It's like, damn, it's been a little rough. Zach, hey, thanks for the 10, man. Good morning, Josh. Kang should only be there as cannon fodder for Doom. Unite, Nerd Adventures for Life. Yeah, we're going to get into that, man. We're going to get into that. I have all kinds of thoughts on that. I guess to just tease what we're going to talk about today, we're going to talk about Kang. We're going to talk about new reports from Daniel Richtman. And we're going to talk about bias. We're going to talk about what could actually be going down. I want to break this thing down like a fraction. You know how we do it. We're going to go deep on this. Cosine, sin, all that shit, man. Friggin' calculators and AI graphs and charts and bean counters and polygraph tests. Like, we're going deep. We're going deep. NASCAR race was elite yesterday. Oh, that's great, man. Were you there live? Can we get a quick TLDR on your thought on that consciousness tweet? Sounded way interesting. A quick TLDR. I don't know about that, chillin'. Maybe we save that for the next Diamond Lounge. I guess here's what I'll say. It lines up with everything I believe about what this universe is and what the world is and what all of the ancient wisdoms have been trying to teach us for thousands and thousands of years. It's all the same story. We're going to go deep and we're going to go hard. Yes, pause. Happy St. Patrick's Hangover Day. Oh, shit. Yeah, how was St. Patty's Day for you guys? I didn't really drink. NY Ranger 420 over on Twitch. What's up, man? Hope you're doing well over there. Hope you're doing well. Been a member for 3 years. Doesn't even feel like it's been that long. Nerd Adventures for Life. That is wild. You know what I was thinking about this? You need to play Bannerlord. I mean, I've seen what Bannerlord looks like. It looks dope. I'm kind of stuck on Helldivers right now. I'm still having a lot of fun with Helldivers. So long as I'm still having a lot of fun on that game and I'm not maxed out, like I gotta keep going on that. It's been a lot of fun. Also, I'm super busy, man. I'm working a lot. I had a great, I think it was Saturday. I can't actually remember if it was Saturday or Sunday now. But one of those days I woke up and I was just writing and I was working on chapter 4 of Unity. Because I just finalized chapter 3. Stan starts that this week. And so I was like working on chapter 4. Cause like, man, I'm nervous. Okay. Let me talk to you a little bit about this for a second, chat. I'm fucking nervous about Unity because the more I'm fine-tuning the later chapters, the more I'm like, this thing should be 10 chapters. And I'm like, ooh. It's just like the print run the page count just keeps going up and up and up. And I'm like, no, there has to be a way I can get to this ending. I don't know. It's crazy. It's crazy. But yeah, so I wrote some awesome shit. I actually wrote there's an action sequence with all of the characters that you guys created. Well, not all of them, a lot of them. And it's like an action sequence with a very important, very powerful character in Unity. And I was like, damn, this is crazy. I wonder what they're going to think of this. But yeah, we'll save that for a later discussion. I guess kind of while we're on that topic, we do have less than 2 weeks to go on Unity. Second Chance Kickstarter. And get the link, put it into the chat for y'all. Boom, there it is right there. I'll pin it to the top. I don't want to give anything away to you guys, but let's just say some of you guys get the business, some of you guys get out clean. How about that? Is that enough to say? So I got 2 weeks left on Unity, man. This is basically just your way to be one of the first people to get the actual completed physical book before anybody else. So if you want to do that, you want to get the book August, you've got to get it on Kickstarter. We'll probably be doing the mass launch of it for everybody else, either through self-publishing or maybe we go through a publisher. That'll happen late this year, maybe next year. I mean, it really just kind of depends. That's a whole nother thing. But if you want to get the book first, support it on Kickstarter. The Kickstarter people are going to be taken care of first. Of course, the collector tier is open. Again, so if you want to get in on that sort of really special ground level thing for Unity, go become a collector on this one. So, yeah, got about 2 weeks left on that. We're going to keep plugging it. I actually haven't been plugging it a lot, and we're still doing pretty good on it. So I feel good about that. So thank you, but also I should be probably talking about it more and putting it in more of our videos and stuff like that. So, be working on that. The other thing as far as show notes for this week, tomorrow we are finishing up our deep dive on the X-Men. So we have to watch part 3 of that X-Men series that Comic Book Girl 19 did. We'll also watch a couple of other interviews, a couple other things talking about the X-Men, and we'll have a big discussion about that. Remember, you also have homework this month because Comic Book Club will be next week, and we'll be going over God Loves, Man Kills, and the Dark Phoenix storylines, both Chris Claremont books. So that'll be tomorrow night. And then Wednesday, we're doing something really different, man. Doing something real different. We're going to do a watch party for X-Men 97, but we're going to do it at the normal stream time. So at 11 a.m. on Wednesday, we're going to go live, and we're going to be watching X-Men 97, okay, as a watch party. So we'll watch both of the episodes. I think there's 2 that'll drop. We'll watch them together, and we'll discuss them immediately afterwards. So it'll sort of be like a watch party / breakdown reaction kind of a thing. And I'm really, really looking forward to it, man. The time has come. It is the time of the X-Men. Once again, the X-Men are here to save the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And also, this is kind of cool. Let me show you something here. We got some designs done here. I know we haven't had new merch in like a long time for the Den of Nerds. That's, my bad. Just as an example to show you how long it's been since we had merch. We had originally created a bunch of X-Men inspired Nerdvenger merch. I think in 2019, maybe 2020. And I was waiting until X-Men came into the MCU. And just to show you how long Feige took to do this shit, listen to this. It's now been so long that the Krakoa-inspired designs that we made are out of date. Because now the X-Men are like returning back to form. Everything's going back to classic kind of stuff. So that's how long it took. We had all this Krakoan-inspired designs, which there are cool actually, and they've been on the, that's what's crazy, they've been on the store, the Teespring store. We just didn't release them because I'm like, no, well, let's wait until X-Men come into the MCU. So a bajillion years later, we finally have the X-Men coming into the MCU via X-Men 97 and of course Deadpool. So boom, it is time. It is time. Yes, Adam, for sure. We are cooking. So I'm going to show you a couple of things that Adam is working on right now as far as designs. And they are freaking awesome. And I think we should be able to have these, Adam, you tell me if I'm jumping the gun here, but I think we'll probably be able to have these designs ready to go on Wednesday. So we'll be like, hey, here we go, X-Men 97. Boom, here's all the merch that's Nerdvengers, but also X-Men and Mutant inspired. So check this one out. This is one of the designs that we're working on. This is sort of a riff off of another shirt you might have seen out there. And then this is actually, dude, this is so cool. We're going to do a ton of shirts with this. What this is of course, the Nerdvengers logo with a little bit of a X-Men inspiration spin on it. So we're going to do a ton of designs that'll have various versions of this logo, and there's some other really cool stuff that we're cooking up as well. So yeah, we'll launch that on Wednesday as just like a new, like, we got new merch. It's kind of X-Men inspired. Like, yeah, I think this shit looks dope. I'm gonna get a bunch of it. I'm gonna be rocking it all. It's time. It's time. To not only make some new goddamn merch after years, but also like, I feel a freshness coming, with X-Men 97 and Deadpool 3 and the mutants coming into the MCU. kind of, to me, feels like a fresh thing happening, you know, something that feels good. So it's time to, yeah, let's do it, man. Let's rock some of this shit. Let's get excited again. Let's get hyped up for the future. So we'll be having that ready to go on Wednesday. I will also say for the Unity collectors, I want to have a town hall this week. So I'm thinking Thursday night, we'll do a town hall. And we want to talk about, you know, the new collectors that are coming in and how mad we all are. But also, we got to talk about the cover that you guys are getting for your special, unique OG comic. And there's some other cool surprises that I want to have for you as well. And men, I mean, yeah, I mean, you know, don't think about it too much, Scott. You know, don't get your brain in a pretzel. Don't pretzel up that brain, Scott. Just buy it. Oh, and also I should say, and this is super cool for members. Oh, two things. Two things I want to say. Number one, you're going to get 20% off all this new merch if you're a member. Yeah. That's technically been something you get as a member for years. It just hasn't been super relevant because, again, we haven't been making merch. But guess what? Now it's going to be relevant again. So you'll get 20% off the merch. We'll put the code in there. That is if you are a member here or if you are a member on Twitch. Yeah, 20%. Yeah. I will basically be making a very small amount of money on every merch sale, but that's okay. That's okay. For members, anyway. Okay, so that's one thing. The other thing, we're going to be giving away some of this merch. No. 25? What are you trying to rob me? You want this little wallet? You want to take it? Kendall, you want to take? No, I'm just kidding. And then the other thing we're going to do is if you've got some nerd coin stored up, we're going to be giving away some of this merch too via nerd coin on Wednesday as well. It should be a really good time, man. Should be a really good time. So I'm excited. 5 gifted members. Holy cow, Ryan. Thanks, man. Appreciate that. Really do. Thank you very much. Any action figures? Nah, no action figures right now. We're still trying to figure that out. That's a whole thing, man. It's a whole thing with the action figures and all that. But, yeah. Drop some coin. I'll drop some coin on Wednesday. Can you do the old school nerd store drops? Nah, man, we're not doing that anymore. Kendall used to do drops on the like a store where we'd have like items, and Kendall would literally just snipe them. Like he would just time it and know when they were gonna drop, and then he'd get in there and like get them all. It's crazy. Like how much of that you got? You got a lot. How many of those items do you got? Because I think you got like 3 or 4 or 5 or something. Sheesh. Okay. All right, let's get into this shit, man. Let's talk about Kang and Marvel and everything that's going on. This is pretty crazy, guys. Pretty crazy stuff. You know what? So, how do I don't want to show that part of it. Okay, that's fine. I'll just read it to you guys. Okay. Trump voice. Dude, for some reason, I think there's that video where the guy he's the sandworm, but he's like Trump from Dune 2. I find it to be the funniest thing on the internet currently. I keep watching it. I keep sending it to people. Pesky Paul, I call him. Muad'Dib. He calls himself Muad'Dib. Yeah, that shit's so funny, dude. Yeah, the Shai Halad. Yeah, dude. It's so good. Yeah, it's so funny. I find myself like continuously making that voice too, because it's like it's not even like a Trump voice. It's like a parody of Trump, but it still sounds funny. Shogun, Walking Dead, Invincible, Bad Batch, X-Men, all airing. Yeah, that's true. We are kind of living in a good moment here with television and whatnot. It's pretty crazy, huh? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about Kang. He's still the villain of Avengers 5 and 6. What? all the reports and all the stuff where we talk about how they're moving away from Kang is fake. Wait, what? Jonathan Majors coming back? Yeah, probably not on that last one. Maybe not on any of that. Let's talk about what's happening, okay? So yesterday, insider Daniel RPK dropped a couple of scoopy scoops, leaks, whatever you want to call them. And one of the things that was said is kind of shaking up the internet right now, shaking up the fan base. I'm just going to read what he said, and then we're going to talk about it. We're going to break it down, okay? It says here, got it confirmed again that Kang will still be the villain in the Avengers movies, but they want to add another one. Okay, so that is the whole thing. That's all he said. I'm going to read it again, and then we'll talk about it. Got it confirmed again that Kang will still be the villain in the Avengers movies, but they want to add another one. DJ Khaled voice. Hey, Brady, when you're on the clip on this, maybe add that DJ Khaled thing. That's kind of funny. Okay, so what the fuck is going on? This has been an ongoing debate, an ongoing point of confusion for many different fans, including myself. And the saga of confusion continues, okay? So I want to break this down. And I think the best place to start is by talking about bias, okay? So I want to talk about Daniel's bias, but I also want to talk about my bias, because I think the truth is probably somewhere in the middle. And I think if we understand the perspective that Daniel has and the perspective that I have, I think we'll understand a little bit better of like what's going on here. So I think Daniel obviously has a bias to continue to say that Kang is a part of the multiverse saga and will be the villain of Avengers 5 and Avengers 6. And it might just be as simple as he reported that. And because he reported that, he now feels obliged, maybe even obligated, to continue to report that and to sort of filter the updates and the information that he's getting from his sources through the lens of, yes, this is true because I reported it. I think I've also seen Daniel tweet about how he just can't conceive or believe that Marvel would just go away from Kang, right? So I think that's kind of part of it. That's his bias. Now, my bias in this is that I think Kang sucks. And I think that by parting ways with Jonathan Majors, you have an opportunity, not a freaking bottleneck, not something that you're forced to do, but an opportunity to move away from a dumb, stupid villain that should have never been in charge of a multiverse saga. Also, I just think, like, with Major's trial and sentencing, sentencing is coming up and everything, with all of that still out there, it probably just is smarter to go away from that character as to not, like, evoke the spirit of Jonathan Majors or start up all of those discussions, right? And again, I think there are really good people that have been reporting about this. So one thing that's kind of interesting here is, like, you've got this Avengers 5 thing. It's not the Kang Dynasty anymore. I know there was some kind of confusion about that. It's not. And that's been reported and corroborated, and a lot of people are talking about that. So it's no longer the Kang Dynasty. And you have trade reporters talking and sort of saying, like, they're going to go away from it. You had Alex Perez saying they're going to sweep it under the rug. And so that's kind of the biases. It's like, for me, I'm like, I want them to go away from Kang. And I think Daniel, like, wants to be right and wants them to not go away from Kang. Okay? So with that in mind, I think, it's worth thinking about what could actually be being reported here by Daniel, because Daniel couches things. He sort of reports with an angle a lot of the time, in my opinion. We've been talking about it for months, okay? So I guess the first question I have, and we can kind of talk through this together. When Daniel says, my source reached out again or confirmed again that Kang will be the villain of Avengers 5 and Avengers 6. It's really interesting stuff going on there. I mean, number one, he's not referring to it as the Kang Dynasty because it's not. Number two, it's like he's reporting what he has already been reporting. And in my mind, the only way that Daniel's reporting lines up with what other reliable people are talking about is if he's not really talking about Kang. He's talking about the Beyonder Kang, who I think will be the guy. And I don't think there's any debate about that. Like a lot of people, like Alex Perez and the Cosmos, they wrote this great article kind of in the midst of Jonathan Major's situation going down. And what they kind of said was they're going to sweep it under the rug. They might even bring in other villains, which again is something that's now reported by Daniel himself. But they still said, for better or worse, it's going to arrive at a Kang variant. And to me, that's the Beyonder. So when I read this report from Daniel, the vibe I'm getting and what I think's happening is that it's the Beyonder, who's technically a variant of Kang, yes, but that's the main bad guy. That's the villain. What's up, Twitch gang? For some reason, I can't see your name on here. It's like all blacked out in the multi-chat. But anyway, so yeah, that's what I think is going on. But again, I have my bias. Daniel has his bias, right? So I think it's important to kind of keep that in mind. I think where this gets really interesting is this discussion of another one, right? Like, what a weird concept. Like, what a weird idea. And also, what a weird thing to report. Like, let's read this again. Got it confirmed again that Kang will still be the villain in the Avengers movies, but they want to add another one. Well, I mean, look, I don't know if this is purposely vague language, but this is weird because the villain, the villain? I mean, the syntax would imply that this is more than just another villain being thrown in there. This is a villain that will also be predominant. That will be the villain. Do you see what I mean? So I don't know. I can't tell you if that language is like specifically vague or what. But when I think about it, I'm like, okay, so Kang's still the villain, but they want another one. That's so weird. Why would they do that? Why would they want another villain? Like, if they're sticking with Kang, why do they need this other villain? Like, you see what I mean, chat? Like, it's kind of weird. You know? Like how does that make sense? How do you make sense of that? You know what I mean? And then, I think it's worth reminding you of a couple of weird things. Number one, of course, there's like this Dr. Doom rumor. I've been quite keen on that. And, Jeff Snyder said, I think in the wake of all the Jonathan Major stuff when it was going down, Jeff Snyder said something to the effect of, my sources had always told me that Doom was the villain of Secret Wars. Not a villain, the villain. Again, syntax, context, what are we talking about? Nobody knows for sure. It's a game of telephone between sources and scoopers. But the villain, I mean, that kind of implies that he's the one. That Doom would be the one to, like, be the guy. And so there's, of course, like, questions about that. And the more I think about it, the more I don't think that's actually what they're going to do. But there is some evidence. I mean, they have Doom on the cover of a comic in the Deadpool trailer. Do you know what I mean? So that's crazy. That's weird. And I'm like, okay, so that's one thing that I think of. Another thing that I've been thinking of, and I've been trying to find out where Alex said this, but Alex Perez was talking about this villain in Avatar: The Last Airbender. Maybe you guys can help me. If you're a big Avatar: The Last Airbender head, maybe you'll understand who this villain is. He was talking about a villain that kind of like, I guess at this point in the story, there was another villain being built up. And then all of a sudden, this other villain kind of comes in and takes over. And then that's the main villain now. And it was like pretty shocking to the fan base. It didn't feel earned and it felt weird. Does that happen in Avatar: The Last Airbender? Okay. And Ozai? Okay. And so that's the context of that, I think. The point is, Alex was talking about how that seems to be something that they're going to do with Kang. But that the Ozai was not going to be Doctor Doom. No, not really. Well, then maybe I'm getting that a little bit wrong. But I remember, I've reached out to him actually because I want to get this clarified. But I remember him and a few others talking about this where that was a concept. There was a specific villain that like triggered the fan base, and it was something like that happened. But yeah. So point being, is that what's going on? Is there going to be somebody that sort of last minute takes the power of the Beyonder or sort of usurps the power of the Beyonder other than Doctor Doom? You're thinking of Korra? I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking of Naruto. Maybe it was fucking Naruto I was thinking about. Actually, now that I think about it, I think it was Naruto. I don't know. The point is, when I looked it up, because I saw the tweet and I was like, what the hell is this motherfucker talking about? I looked it up and it was a villain that had that reputation. Like, it was people saying, like, that was something that happened and everybody got really mad because it just didn't feel earned or whatever. Toy Story 3? Ah, shit, it was Toy Story 3 the whole time. I know it. Do you even anime, bro? Is Avatar The Last Airbender anime? I don't think it is. Is it? That's a whole nother thing. By the way, I feel really bad for my editor. This clip's going to be horrible to edit, but hey, it's a Monday, a little ADD over here. We're going to be all right. You got this. Okay, so that's kind of a question where my mind goes as far as this other villain is concerned. And, you know, Alex had reported that they did want to introduce other villains from throughout the Marvel multiverse and that they were going to fill the void of the Council of Kangs. I've heard some other crazy things about, like, long-range plans that Marvel had to sort of tie other villains of franchises to Kang and things of that nature. So, you know, I'm just kind of interested in how that's all going down, how it's going to tie together, okay? But there was another thing that this made me think of kind of randomly, okay? Because, like, I'm really trying to figure this out. And to me, this part of it is really fun. Like, I love this part of it, actually. Like, hearing what people say and thinking about old reports, trying to tie them all together. You know, I like that kind of stuff, okay? But here's something that this made me think of, and I want to know what you think of this. Marvel withdrew trademarks for the Timeless Saga, Eternity Saga, Nomad, Runaways New Era. This was 4 or 5 months ago. But they did not withdraw the trademark for Avengers Eternity War. Okay? Why is this important? Well, long before the Jonathan Majors situation and him being fired by them and all of that, right? There were rumors already about Eternity Wars, which was essentially a second part to Secret Wars. In, I think it was 2020, maybe it was 2019. I don't know. The time's flying. When they, it was 2 years ago. Jesus, was it 2022? I don't even. What is time? When Feige came out and announced Secret Wars earlier that week, trademarks that Marvel got leaked, and it was a ton of them. One of them was Avengers Secret Wars, which was why I was like, yo, they're going to announce Secret Wars at San Diego Comic-Con. Let's go. You know, made the thumbnail, got all excited. Nobody would confirm it for me, but I was right. Along with Avengers Secret Wars was a trademark for Avengers Eternity Wars. And it was so weird that Eternity Wars was an Avengers title that was trademarked right along with Avengers the Kang Dynasty and Avengers Secret Wars, but it wasn't mentioned by Kevin Feige at all, okay? Now, moving into the following year from that, which I think was last year, do you guys remember when the Marvel Studios spoilers subreddit was taken down for a while and Marvel was literally trying to sue Reddit into exposing the IP address of certain leakers and things of that nature? Do you remember when that happened? Well, ironically, right before that happened, there was this massive leak, a huge dump from the mods over there, and it had a ton of shit in it, dude. One of the things that was in there that was interesting was this idea of Secret Wars being 2 parts and the idea of a Battle World saga happening between the 2 movies. Still something I believe is happening. But I say all of that to say that I believe Secret Wars was always going to be 2 parts. Kang Dynasty was going to happen, then you were going to get Secret Wars, and then I think Feige would basically end it on a cliffhanger and bring out Eternity Wars. That's just a theory. I don't know for sure, but that's kind of the theory I had. So now that Avengers 5 is essentially going to be Secret Wars Part 1, like, you know, some debate on that, but that really does seem the way that they're going. It's going to be multiversal way faster, and we're going to get into Secret Wars. All of a sudden, I started to think about Eternity Wars, and I was like, huh, could that be this other villain that takes the power from Kang? Is it related to Eternity, or somebody related to the Eternity run or the Eternity War run in comics? So I was like, man, that's kind of interesting. So whoever this other villain is that they are adding to Avengers 5 and Avengers 6, the identity of that villain, I think, is going to tell us a lot about what the plan is for Secret Wars and potentially for what the plan is for Eternity Wars, and this idea that maybe we're really talking about a trilogy of Avengers movies. You know what I mean? So who knows for sure? But that's kind of the vibe that I'm getting from this report. And again, the Kang thing for me, like, at the end of the day, I'm not going to be mad if they bring Kang back. Like, I don't care that much. I would much prefer other villains. I think this report indicates you are getting another villain, but you're still going to get Kang, and that makes sense to me. You know, at the end of the day, there's a lot of threads that connect to Kang still, and you at least have to acknowledge them before you then move past them. So I think you need the council because you need them to be destroyed or taken care of, and that sets up another thing. You need somebody that's connected to whatever the Bangles are. You need somebody that's connected to the 10 Rings, and they've done so much building that up with Kang. So I think that you kind of have to have Kang, at least in some regard. But I think what Daniel's really talking about here is the Beyonder, who's a variant of Kang and will be the big bad of Secret Wars. But this other villain, dude, like, I can't stop thinking about it. It could be Doom. I kind of doubt that it is. It could be King Thanos. Kind of doubt that it is, but I think it's actually more probable than Doom. It could be the Maker. What if it's an evil variant of Reed Richards that we meet in the next couple of years that's connected to the first firmament, which is what happened in Eternity Wars? That kind of shit would be absolutely mind-blowing. So, when this report first came out, I saw so many people being like, dude, they're just recasting. It's just back to Kang. I see this report differently. So I want to kind of give you the nuanced take and tell you what I think is actually going on. And of course, I'm going to be following up on this and looking for more evidence, because whoever the second villain is, that's the key. That's the key to understanding what's happening here. And if it was another Kang variant, I think Daniel would have just said that, because he's so convinced and his bias is as such that he would have loved to report multiple Kangs and Kang variants as the villains. Do you see what I mean? So that's what I think's going on. Would love to know what y'all think about that. What do you think, guys? What do you think? And I also heard the Rebel Moon 2 trailer is up. Should we watch it? Should we watch it? Josh, do you think if Doom is the villain in Secret Wars to be introduced in the FF, is that too short of a time to properly build him up as the villain? I mean, that does feel pretty light. As far as development. But there's a lot that they could do. I've heard a crazy... you know what? I'll just say it, because it's just a rumor. I'm not reporting this as an actual leak. But I will tell you that I've heard some rumors of a Doctor Doom show. Some kind of project with Doctor Doom that I think they are developing. Potentially, maybe, possibly. Do you think all the Fox X-Men will start to appear in the MCU? Even the reboot timeline, especially Deadpool 3 dealing with variants? It's really hard to say, but I think if they're smart, they'd put mutants in as many things as possible. You know? Maybe the Celestials are the other villain. Abeloth the Kang's Thrawn. I mean, that could be kind of crazy. I could see that. And they get like the power of eternity or some shit. Something even the Beyonders dread because they made everything. Yeah, something like that could work. I wouldn't be against it. Could be cool, man. Could be real cool. Are more people going to watch Rebel Moon 2 than watch the Super Bowl? No, probably not. Wait, maybe. I don't know. Why you say that? Do you think they'll give us a Doom show that we can sympathize with that version of Doom? Yeah, sure. I mean, I guess develop is the best way to say it. I suppose you should sympathize with Victor. I mean, that's part of what makes him such a great villain is like you can kind of see why he's doing what he's doing. And he does do some noble shit. So that's kind of cool. But yeah, I think it would mostly just be to establish him is the best way to say it. Rebel Moon 2 won't even draw the Marvel's numbers? How dare you? I think a lot of people will check out Rebel Moon 2. Hopefully. Maybe. Maybe it'll be way better. Actually, most of the people I talked to behind the scenes that saw part 2 already did say it's way better. Where's the trailer? I don't even see it, dude. I don't even see it. That's not a good sign. Well, that's not a good sign. Oh, is this it right here? Why is it so stupidly compressed? God damn it, Twitter. Hey, look, this is funny. The quality here is 528p. What the hell is even that? They can't even do 720? What the hell is even that? Sorry, I won't dog on him too bad. I know all y'all love Alon. All you guys love Alon. Where's the trailer? All I see is 2 months ago. Well, it's not even on YouTube, so I don't think we're going to watch this trailer right now because I'm not trying to watch it in whatever the fuck 528p is. It's like I'm on a goddamn iPod shuffle with a little video screen or something. Anyway. Fanjecture is correct. I would rather watch D&D again other than Rebel Moon. More people will watch Dungeons and Dragons. I don't know what's happening here. I don't know what is happening here. Yo, Masmas, I saw Dune Part 2 for the second time recently. And you know what really, really stood out to me the second time I watched it? That shit was long and kind of boring. I'm sorry to say it. Second time watching Dune 2. Second time watching it, I was like, holy shit, man. Just get to the last third of this movie. My God. I don't know if anybody else feels the same. Like, it's a great movie. I like the movie. But God damn, bro. It is long. Whew. Damn, I thought you liked story, though. I mean, I like story, but, you know, you show me a little something, you know? God damn. God damn. Man, hate just to hate doesn't look good on you, Josh. No, I'm dead ass. Like, we went with our couple friends on Friday, right? And sitting there, and I'm like, oh, hell yeah. You know what I mean? And it was great. It's really great, but then it's just like, still just walking around the desert here. Okay, yeah. Oh, a little attack here, a little attack there. Okay, yeah. He doesn't want to go south. Okay, I get it. Yeah, no, he doesn't want to go south. No. He can't go south. Oh, yeah. You know. And then the last third of the movie's like, okay, let's go. Like, yo, this is nice. We're popping now. It was like when Paul took the water. He was like, I can see everything now. We got to pick up the pace. This movie's fucking boring as shit. And then he started like going, you know, Moody. He calls himself Moody. So it's like Rogue One. Yeah, but Rogue One's not even that long. Isn't Rogue One like hour and a half? Something like that. Dog, what did the MCU do to your movie experiences? What are you talking about? I like movies. I like story. That shit was just long, bro. It is. It's long, man. It's long. There's parts of it that are boring. It's also like long and dense too. You know? That's the Helldivers mindset. Democracy! Well, I'm glad to see that everybody loves what I'm talking about. Everybody knows I'm right. Let's go. Okay, should we talk about Nova? I want to talk about Nova, and I want to talk about Brad Winderbaum. I believe that's how you pronounce his name. Brad Winderbaum. And if not, that's how it should be pronounced from here on out. I had a prediction, tweeted it out a couple of weeks ago, and more and more of it seems to be coming true. Do you guys know who Brad Winderbaum is? This Nova shit never happening? Yeah, I don't think it's happening either. Sorry, Brandon Davis. I don't think it's happening, bro. And I'll explain why in a second here. Yeah. Deadpool 3 multiverse concept news. Oh, trust me. I wrote a whole script about that. I'm going to put that into a video, though. Because that's pretty spoilery. Pretty spoilery stuff. It's funny. He's the only one on the planet thinks Dune 2 was boring. I don't know about that, man. Winderbaum. Okay, so here's the thing, man. I think this Brad Winderbaum guy is going to take over the MCU after Secret Wars. Like, I think Kevin's going to either do Star Wars or do all of Disney movies. And I think Brad Winderbaum will take over the MCU. And I said that a couple of weeks ago, just based on the way they're positioning him, and he's sort of front-facing on a lot of the last couple of projects and stuff. So I think he's the guy, man. I think he's the next Kevin Feige. J Mike Gimme says, Josh, can I get a for old times? There you go. Okay, let's talk about this Nova thing. I like the Nova character, but like a couple other characters that I like, we've kind of been on a roller coaster ride of will we get something with Nova? Won't we get something with Nova? And I think the last time an insider reported on this, it was Daniel. And I believe Daniel said they shelved Nova. And one of the reasons they shelved Nova is because they just have been developing way too many characters. Nova, unfortunately, is probably just being negatively affected by some other bad decisions that were made during Phase 4 and Phase 5, as far as all of these other characters being developed through shows, okay? However, over the weekend, Brandon Davis, who I like Brandon Davis. I think he's a cool dude. He was doing an interview with Brad Winderbaum, and he got Brad to admit that they are developing Nova. And so a ton of people were like, yo, Nova, let's go. We're getting Nova, man. However, if you really look at what he said in the interview, which we're going to do now, I don't know. Confirmation? I don't think so. But here we go. Let's take a look at this together and let's see what you guys think. Maybe I'm crazy. What the hell? Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe this is a confirmation, but I took it to mean like there's a difference between development and production. But anyway, here we go.
There's a couple other projects I'd love to ask you about since you oversee all the streaming, animation, television.
Brad's
there's
like,
one
oh,
hot
shit.
rumor about my favorite character that I don't know the sources of it. It's just one of those things that bounces around on social media. Nova. I'm never going to stop asking about Nova until I see Nova. The hot one about Nova is that it's going to be a special presentation. Can you give me anything about my guy Richard Rider or Sam Alexander? Another great version of the character.
We love Nova.
Dude, look at that Dragon Ball shirt. That's the new Kevin Feige. I fucking love this guy.
We are in really early development on Nova. We have a new system behind the scenes at Marvel Studios.
New system, baby.
Developing. We're more like a traditional studio now. We're developing more than we actually will produce. So there are plans to develop Nova. I love Nova 2. I love Rich Rider 2. Like I hope it gets to the screen. The world is chaos. There's always things. It's hard to make anything. You got to conjure these things to make them happen. But I would love to see a Nova show one day.
Hey man, one day. One thing you guys already wrapped up. This is my last question.
Okay, did you hear what he actually said there? Like, do I need to play it back, or like, do you guys, what you know where I'm going with this? He talks about being in early development. He's pretty reluctant to do it. He talks about being in very early development, but then he literally says, we have a new system. This is part of the reason why I like this guy, because he's actually showing Marvel's hand a little bit here. He also, and maybe it was in this interview as well, he confirmed that there was a mandate from Disney about making a bunch of Disney Plus content. And he was talking about how, like, that has changed. The mandate is different now. You know what I mean? And so he's kind of like fessing up, confirming that what we all already knew, which was that Iger initially and JPEG were like, make a bunch of shit for our streaming service. You have to do that. That's something he confirmed in this interview as well. But what he's saying here is, we have a new system. We're more like a traditional studio. We're going to develop way more than we produce. That's a good idea. And he's talking about how, like, he hopes and wants and wishes that we will make Nova. But he's also kind of saying, like, yo, we're a little bit more like a traditional thing. We're going to develop it. We're going to put stuff on that. We're going to develop all this stuff. And then we're going to pick the best ones, the ones that we think are the most successful or have the chance to be the most successful. That's what we're actually going to put into production. So we will produce way less than we will develop. So I almost think like this is the exact opposite of the way it was reported by everybody. Nova project being produced. No, we're getting Nova. Dude, Nova! I actually think this is more like him saying like, hell nah, fam. Like, we're in way early. We're also not really going to produce everything we develop anymore. I would love for it to happen, but I'm not really sure. I mean, he's basically saying, fuck you, Brandon. You're never going to get Nova. Stop asking about it, motherfucker! Like if he had the anger translator from Key and Peele, that's what I feel like that dude would be saying. So I don't see it as they are going to make Nova. In fact, I, strangely enough, believe Daniel. I think it's been shelved. I don't think they're going to make Nova. And frankly, they shouldn't. Put Nova in something else that's cool, that's bigger, that has more mass appeal. This kind of goes into what we were talking about late last week as far as picking less risky things, leaning in on more like A-list character and franchises. Did a big video about this over the weekend trying to explain it. It's a good idea. It's a good idea. Like everybody's getting all butthurt about this shit. No, it's a good idea. And you know, I don't think a Nova show is a good idea. You know what I mean? Like there's a way you can utilize Nova in any number of stories, especially a lot of X-Men stories. X-Men do deal a lot with like the Shi'ar, and I think at the time in comics, a lot of other galactic entities and races of aliens were sort of off limits. They were wrapped up in other books. So that's why you get certain things like the Brood and the Shi'ar that are developed in the X-Men books. But now in the MCU, you can do a ton of stuff with something X-Men that would then involve Nova. That's a better idea, right? So I kind of wanted to just go over the interview with you, talk about the Nova thing, sort of set you straight on that, but also explain why I think it's really cool that we're getting this sort of honesty from Brad and that he's being a little more transparent about the changes that are happening to Marvel Studios. Changes that myself, as a pretty big fan, I would argue, I appreciate. I think that they are making the right moves. And again, I think this is your Kevin Feige after Secret Wars. So, any questions, chat? What do you think of this? What do you make of this? Are you super mad? No Nova? What do you think? My baby girl turned 11 today. It's so crazy to think about it. That is crazy. Happy birthday. It's Morbin time, 100%. Starjammers over Nova? Oh, of course. Absolutely. Yeah. We don't care about Nova. I mean, some people care, but yeah, no. He looks too beta to replace Chad Feige? Wrong. It sucks, but oh well. Been trying to get that done for a while now. Oh, the Nova thing? Yeah. It seems as though it's been in some form of development for a long time. Add Nova to Cap 4 or Shang-Chi 2? Yeah, something like that could work. Something like that could work. But you see what I'm talking about, right? And this is why, like, in the age of headlines and clickbait and confusion and shit, like, it's good to get grounded and, like, really look at these things and try to decipher them as best we can. As I said during the last thing, though, I obviously have my bias, so we got to kind of keep that in mind, too, and try to filter through the bias that I have, you know, like the anti-Andor, anti-Sand, slow-ass, worst version of Warhammer movies like Dune. So keep my biases in mind, too, but that's what I think is going on. Give us Daredevil and Spider-Man team up. I mean, that would be sick. Of course. That would be sick. So good. Just want Steve Rogers to come back. I do, too. It's unfortunate that the Nomad project is not in development anymore, huh? Because it kind of seems like that would be a sure bet. A sure bet for that. And guys, I think that's all the stories that we have to go over today. We could get into Q&A soon. Is there anything else y'all wanted to talk about? Is there anything I'm missing? Kind of a lighter... There's stuff that I want to put in a video. There's a big reveal about, like, the multiverse in Deadpool 3, but it's super spoilery, so I want to save that for a video. No more stories. I don't think there's too much else really going on here. You didn't talk about the tennis what? Tennis? Where's the hand-painted doll giveaway from the first Kickstarter? It's in the next room. What about Gosling's Nova being the RDJ Iron Man of the MCU space element? He could work with both Z and the X-Men FF, just spitballing. So you could absolutely make Nova work. Because, like, to me, Nova is kind of like space Peter Parker. A little bit of Captain America, but like space Peter Parker, basically. And then, you know, Richard Rider goes on to become really heroic and shit. But I just, like, here's the thing. Even Iron Man at the time was like B-level when they made him, but that's like the best Marvel could do. Because even that license they had to buy back. Like, you know what I mean? So Nova is several steps below Iron Man, at least one step below Iron Man. And so it just doesn't make sense to, like, do a Nova show or do a Nova movie. Like, they're just, like, what? Like, you see what I'm saying? If the logic is, let's lean into more popular, mass appeal franchises, then, yeah, obviously they're not going to do Nova, dude. Hey, Josh, just wanted to say you're a dope streamer. I can't always catch lives because tax season, but when I do, I have a great time. Keep it up. Super pumped for Unite. Also, Cavill is Doom. I would love Cavill is Doom, man. And thanks for the kind words. But I think Cavill might be somebody else in Deadpool. You know what I mean? Somebody else. Magic. Nova should have been made right after Guardians of the Galaxy was released, or just have Nova in Guardians of the Galaxy. You know what I mean? But yeah, something like that makes a lot of sense. Josh, new Acolyte poster just dropped? Is that so? Is that so? What the hell? We just got a poster for the Acolyte. I'm going to put it up for you guys. I want to get your reaction before I talk about it. There it is. What do you think of that, chat? What do you make of this? What do you think? Blood on the Saber? Look like a book cover? I mean, I'll take it. Pretty cool. Looks quite dark. That's pretty sick. Red and Disney. Trailer tomorrow, it says. Not too shabby. Hell yeah. Looks like Salt Planet from The Last Jedi. No, I think it's Blood. Interesting. Cool. It's no Andor. God damn it. Doesn't stink too bad, honestly. James Gunn made the poster. God damn it. It's a documentary about KK. God damn it. Okay, enough chat. That was obviously a terrible idea. Let me explain. This is horrible. My worst fears are elevated. In an age of light, a darkness rises, a bloody-ass poster, the freaking lightsaber with a bunch of blood on it. I'll tell you one man that would not release a poster like this, and that man is George Lucas. He would never do this. God damn it. Here goes Grandpa Josh starting to get on his high horse about why Star Wars needs to remain a binary fantasy story for kids. Binary in the sense of the morality, light and dark. Oh my God, here we go. I'm going to start writing my videos already. All the reasons the Acolyte disgraces the legacy of Star Wars. The Acolyte isn't Star Wars, just like Andor isn't Star Wars. I'm going to write so many... God, that's... Son of a bitch! And everybody's and all these people on the Twitters and on the onlines and the social medias, everybody's gonna be like, "Oh, it's so cool, dude! Look, it's fucking blood and there's a blood, dude. You can see the fingerprint on it. It's so fucking gritty, so dark, so bloody." When has Star Wars ever been described as any of those things, aside from the other blasphemy known as Andor? It's not. This is not a Star Wars vibe. My God. I can already tell it's going to be a rough one for me. It's going to be a rough one for me in the Acolyte. I really don't like it, man. I really don't. I guess we'll see the trailer tomorrow. Now, the trailer, from what we've seen from the leaks, looks pretty dope. And so we'll give it a shot here. But you know, my greatest fear of the Acolyte is that it's going to try to like deconstruct the Jedi, try to say that morality should be gray, and try to get you to feel like a little dark side isn't so bad. That's my worst fear, because that is an abomination of what George was trying to say. That is horseshit. Hate it. What's wrong with that? Everything. What's wrong with it? All of it. Every part of it's wrong. And man, this right here to me, that's a gut punch, dude. That's a fucking gut punch. That is 100% like the opposite of the vibe or what I wanted. And I hate it. Hate it, hate it, hate it. What kind of a shitty tweet should I craft to put under this thing? It's time to be that guy. It's time to be a stick in the mud. I'm fucking mad, bro. Oh, shit. Oh, shit, Acolyte. Josh hates it, so it'll be good. God damn it. I seriously don't like this shit. This is not the vibe of George Lucas Star Wars. Boom! Sorry to be that fucking guy. Okay. And I know that might seem ironic because, you know, if you've read Unity, there's some blood and some deconstruction. But Unity is Unity. Star Wars is Star Wars. You know what I mean? I don't know what you are smoking. Me neither. Worst poster ever. Yeah. Let's do a poll. I want to know how you... I'm sure a few of you disagree with me. Let's see. Do you disagree with Graham but Josh's take on the poster? How about this? Sup with... I agree with him. He wrong. Blood. Cool. Boom. There you go. Big boomer energy? Yeah, maybe. Okay. But maybe that's what I gotta be. Is the old boomer get off my Star Wars lawn, Josh? Blood was in the OT, so I don't know what the problem is. Yeah, for sure, blood was in the OT, but do you think George would have had the hand or the arm that Obi-Wan cut off on the fucking poster? Star Wars, it's bloody and shit. No. Okay, how about this? This is a good one. I can already tell. J Frizz 2099 says, Josh is an idiot. The Pelagus novel is not for kids or similar to Lucas Star Wars. That's where Star Wars needs to go. Grow with your audience. Right on, man. Thanks. Josh, I think the moral grayness in Andor is more faithful than what Acolyte will do. Oof, that's tough. That's tough. Look at that. 60% of you guys are he wrong, blood cool. Jeez, what happened to the world? That's why they need to ban the ticky-talkie. Everybody needs discipline. People need to work out more, drink water, take vitamins. What the hell's happening to society? Damn it. At least there weren't any bricks. That's true. That's true. Should we see how mad everybody is at my comment? That's a bad first impression of Acolyte for me, man. I really don't like it. I really don't like it. If the show is well done and wait, what? Dude, if the show is well done and I don't give a crap and feels like Star Wars. I'm not sure what you were saying there, bro. Josh is going to be screaming at the clouds next. I'll scream at some clouds. You think I won't scream at some clouds? You think I'm below screaming at some clouds? Yeah, man. Josh, blood is not for Star Wars. Also, Josh, Rebel Moon is so cool. Unite. Yeah, look. Star Wars is unique in that sense. A part of it, its identity, is that it's for children and that it's fantasy. It's supposed to be fun. So that's what it is. Josh, don't forget Rogue One did it first. Yeah, but Rogue One still has the Force. It still has this idea of hope. I mean, literally, like, rebellions are built on hope, and that whole concept in the monks. It has all the pieces. So blood in Star Wars can make it fun. It's not the blood. It's the fact that the blood on the lightsaber and the streak is supposed to be so shocking and cool. That's never been what Star Wars is. Doesn't need to be that. Your own chat cooking you? Yeah, that's called any day that ends in a Y, my friend. You must be new around here. They just need to be a variety to keep different sets of audience members. Yeah, I disagree with that, man. I disagree. Look, I completely understand that that's what they're doing, right? That's what they're trying to do is like make different versions of Star Wars. And I think that's stupid. I think just make fucking Star Wars and just make it good. That's why I'm here. Yeah, for sure. Milking this poster, sheesh. It's just really bothered me. It's really upset me. Zack Snyder's accolade. I know, right? That's what it seems like. What the fuck? We def know that lightsabers equal blood. You're just in denial. I feel like you're not listening to what I'm saying. You know? That's what I feel. I feel like you're not listening, Linda. Jesus Christ, that's just a teaser poster. I'll watch it for the intimacy coordination. There you go. My man. KK hates Star Wars and greenlit a Rey film. Shit's dead, bro. That's an opinion. To be honest, I'm with you, bro. Just over-cannoning Star Wars BS. Yeah, that's not Star Wars. That's not what it is. And it's going to be pretty easy for me. I say that, but then my mind thinks, okay, here's the... You want to know what my worst fear about the accolade is? It's actually not what I said it is. We are listening. You're just not winning this one. Oh, yeah? You want to fight about Batman again? Adam? You want to fight about that? Okay. Do you want to know what my worst fear about accolade is? Anybody have any guesses? It's related to what I was saying was my worst fear before, but it's not really. Did you lose that one too? Rosé says, did you ever play KOTOR 2? Yeah. The moral grayness with the gray Jedi are great. I like the second game better because of that. Bane Trilogy was a similar vibe. I like the poster, and yes, George wouldn't have done it. Yeah, that's a fair one. And also, thanks for the 20, man. It's very generous. Let me kind of break it down. I think the idea of gray Jedi or dark Jedi or like, you know, parties that were not Sith, it's interesting. And in some of my favorite Legends books, it's interesting. But you know what happens in the Legends book is they end up getting corrupted by Abeloth. They end up being horrible. Even the Sith and the people that Luke like goes with to try to shut down Abeloth, they all end up turning on him in it. The whole point of the morality of Star Wars is there is no amount of dark side that is acceptable. None. Any rationalization that takes you to be using the dark side or not following the light is just the path to the dark side. Like Yoda talks about this a lot. Forever it will dominate your destiny. You know what I mean? So I don't hate it as a concept. What I hate is the idea of glorifying it. The idea of deconstructing the Jedi or deconstructing the binary nature of the morality in Star Wars between light and dark. I hate it. I hate it. If that's what the show is trying to do, I'm not interested. If it's an element of the show that speaks to a wider message, that I can live with. But anyways, since nobody got my actual word, here's my worst fear. And you're not allowed to tell anybody about this, okay? So keep this between us. Keep this between us. My worst fear for the accolade is not that it's deconstructed in postmodern anti-George Lucas Star Wars bullcrap. My worst fear is that it's that and also so goddamn good that I kind of have to watch it. Like 10 out of 10, good. Because if it's a 9 out of 10 and it's all the things I'm worried about, I can skip it. If it's an 8 out of 10, I can skip it. If it's a 7 out of 10, super skippable. Remember you started the Great Order? I have no idea what you're talking about. And you shut your goddamn Canadian mouth when you're talking to me. So that's my worst fear. Is that it's actually going to be incredible. and also everything I don't want it to be. Y'all ever hear about Warhammer, man? If this poster was for Warhammer, it would make total sense. All right. Well. Okay. Should we get into Q&A here? Oh, I should remind everybody, we have members only stream tomorrow, 7 p.m. tomorrow night. We're going to be deep diving on X-Men stuff. We have a bunch of X-Men inspired merch for the Nerd Avengers coming out soon. So you should become a member so that you can come into the stream tomorrow night and so you can get 20% off of the merch that we're going to drop on Wednesday. You can become a member here on YouTube. You can become a member over on Twitch. You can become a member on both of them. And yeah, you should definitely be doing that. Also, Unity, you have less than 2 weeks to go over to the Unity Kickstarter and secure your copy of the graphic novel. If you don't do that, you will not be getting Unity for a long, long time. So you got to do it if you want to read the book. Think about it. Okay, let's get into the Q's and the A's. Let's see what y'all have to say about today, okay? No coffee left. Josh, Rebel Moon trailer's out. I know, but it's like compressed on Twitter and shit. Maybe when it drops on YouTube, we'll watch it, okay? Unity! Okay, first in today was A1 Exec FPS. Again, I really appreciate that, man. $20, that's not cheap. Josh, I don't know if you saw the esports thing with Apex Legends. Yes, so I guess a bunch of people hacked some pros, gave them cheats so that then they were to look like cheaters or something? Like, that's crazy. That's crazy. Parker Thrips, am I late? Sorry, got fired. Been sleeping in. Wait, what? You got fired? Got fired? Well, let's work on something together and do something. Hit me up, man. You should sell Unity PDF after the physical pre-orders are closed. Yeah, maybe. That's not a bad idea. Not a bad idea. Got let go. Dang. That's tough. But yeah, A1 Exec FPS. I appreciate the 20, and also that is a crazy story. I don't know too much about it. I guess for me, I'm a little confused as to why they would do that and not just hack the event itself. But it seems like they got caught either way, so hopefully justice is served. Vinny Diaz says, Josh, put a hot tea bag on your eye for 15 minutes after you brew it. I just had one and it works, I promise. Are you literally trying to teabag me right now, man? What the hell? And also, thank you. Space Trek Cereal says, rolled up 3-gram blizzy for this. Also would love the VG mount of Blade 2 Banner Lord. What's the VG mount? Blade 2 Banner Lord? What the hell? Send me a DM about that. It sounds kind of cool, man. Nah, bro, they put hacks on their computer. Discussing film posted Acolyte synopsis just now. Well, guess what? They blocked me. Can you believe it? I'm such a nice guy. And I'm always so level-headed about everything. I can't believe they fucking blocked me like that. But somebody could screenshot it and send it to me. Thanks so much for an awesome community. Looking forward to the future success. I'll be here for the ride. Thank you. Watch those wrist rockets. I appreciate it, man. Zach says with a 10 spot. Appreciate it. Good morning, Josh. Kang should only be there as cannon fodder for Doom. Wait. Hang on. For Doom. Doom. Doom, 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 doom. Star Wars The Acolyte follows an investigation into a crime spree that pits a respected Jedi Master against a dangerous warrior from his past. Oh, that's cool. Just go on your James Gunn Stan alt account and look at it. Shut your mouth when you're talking to me. Mr. Lucky says, yo, Josh, 14 months now being a member. I just want to say keep up the amazing streams and content. Nerd Avengers for life. I appreciate you, Mr. Lucky. Thanks for being here, man. Matt Spiro, 24, says 29 months. Holy cow, dude. You've been a member for 29 months? That's crazy. Appreciate you. Galen Merrick, Tex Venger says, been a member for 3 years? Doesn't even feel like it's been that long. Nerd Vengers for life. Time is flying, bro. I was thinking about this too, like, yo, we're gonna have like 4 or 5 year members. We're gonna have like 6 year members. Like, that's crazy. Like, imagine I just think it's wild, bro. Like, thinking about it in the future, because, you know, I plan on still doing my thing and trying to continue to add value for you guys. So I think some of y'all will be sticking around, and it's crazy to think about, like, a 5 year member, a 6 year member. You know what I mean? It's just crazy. Space Trick says, you need to play Bannerlord. I'm already playing it. Yeah, hit me up with a DM, man. I'm interested. Kyber Smith says, this is my kind of daily news. By the way, been playing Warhammer skin on COD. Pretty sweet. Is it cool? That's great, man. Anytime you can get a little closer to the grim darkness of the 41st millennia and the God Emperor of mankind, I think it's a good thing. Ryan E., thanks for the 5 gifted, bro. Mike Dude says, Shogun, Walking Dead, Invincible, Bad Batch, X-Men, all airing. Yeah, I've heard all of those shows are good except The Walking Dead. I mean, you know, Walking Dead. But no, that is cool. We are living in kind of a golden age here. The Big Fish HD1, welcome to the Nerd Avengers. I should say welcome back, man. Appreciate the support. Taylor White says, with a 10 spot, other hash making nerds. I've been making hash for 14 years. Look for Green Dot Labs Boulder. I've made 3,000 grams watching these streams. What? That is the legacy of these streams now. Josh, admit you want Rachel Rad or Nova Princess. All right, you caught me. You caught me. Michael the Nobody Phantom says, what if John Krasinski Reed from 838 is the maker? I would love it, bro. I would love it. They should do it. Rhett Proctor says, do you think all the Fox X-Men will start to appear in the MCU? Yes, even the reboot timeline, especially with Deadpool 3 dealing with variants. I would like that. We'll have to see. Kind of seems like they maybe want something fresh. I know it's a discussion they've had. I don't know if there's clarity on what decision they're making. You know what I mean? The Exodus says with a 5 spot, maybe the Celestials are that other villain. The Abeloth, the Kang's Thrawn. Something even the Beyonder dreads because they made everything. I really like that, and I like where your head's at. It would be a cool way to kind of like involve Celestials, Eternals, and things like that. So, yeah, I think that's a good idea, bro. J Mike Gaming says, Josh, can I get a for old times, but there you go. David Collins says, what about Gosling's Nova being the RDJ Iron Man of the MCU space element? He could work with both Z and X-Men and Fantastic Four, just spitballing. I don't hate it, man, but it runs counter to what we think Marvel's plan is from here. I think the fan base is a little bit different. I think the times are a little bit different, and I think it behooves them. That's right, I said behoove. To focus on stronger franchises. Rossi with a rose. Appreciate you. A1 Exec FPS follows up and says, I'll say this. If Disney butchers Plagueis' character or his importance to the story, then I'm done with Star Wars. Harsh words, but I understand. I'm pretty close myself. Rossi says, with a very generous 20, did you ever play KOTOR 2? The concept of moral grayness in The Grey Jedi are great. I like the second game better because of that. That's a minority opinion, though. I think most people think the first one's the best, and the second one was dog shit. The Bane trilogy is a similar vibe. I like the poster, and yes, George wouldn't have done it. Yeah. Wow, look at this. Dude, guys, oh my God. The poll has been overtaken. And now everybody believes me. 51% say I agree with him. 49% he wrong. Blood cool. Oh my God. Thanks, guys. I'll take that as another victory. Kaz says, Josh, are you worried about Gen Alpha's generation not giving a crap about Marvel and Star Wars? My little brother does not give a crap about either. These kids don't even know who Anakin Skywalker is. Yeah, it's a little concerning. I think, look, at the end of the day, this is the company's fault. I think it's the company's fault. I think it's the leadership in a lot of these companies' faults. But it is absolutely the case that I think younger generations are not growing up with the same appreciation and love for Marvel and Star Wars the way that they did before. Marvel had a incredible run in the 20-teens leading up to Endgame, and I think that actually did help bring people in. But I will say the last couple of years, not so much. So, yeah, it's weird, man. Even this new X-Men stuff, right? So Marvel Comics is like rebooting the X-Men. Kind of. It's like a soft reboot, but yeah. And even that is like, how do I describe it? Like, I'm kind of excited, but I see a lot of fans not excited, and I don't see it being something that's going to like actually bring new readers in or get people really excited. So I think the best way to say it is like the prequels, for all that they were maligned by critics and a lot of others, they actually functionally did capture a whole new generation and make a whole new generation of people fall in love with Star Wars. And I just don't know that anything else since then, maybe the Clone Wars, but that's still kind of prequel-esque-ish. I don't know if you've had anything with Star Wars do that. And Marvel Comics certainly isn't doing that. And Marvel and other forms of media don't seem to be doing that either. But, yeah, no, it concerns me. It concerns me. I think they need to think about that. And they need to bring in, like, fresh ideas. Like, I don't think you'd do another Rey movie. I think you should go, like, 1,000 years into the future, all new character and cast, and do, like, a new Star Wars series to try to capture this new, younger generation. Rosie says, Revan goes from light to dark to reborn using both. Yeah, but his ultimate form is light side Revan. It's the one in all the white, right? I mean, I guess Revan kind of uses both. It's just, here's what I think. The morality has to be at the forefront of the lore. Like, that's what's unique about Star Wars as compared to a lot of other franchises. That just binary morality. And I think it's one of the last great stories, franchises, IPs, whatever you want to call it. It's one of the last great ones that actually tries to introduce that idea to young people. That you're either selfless and you're going down the path of the light, or you're selfish and you're going down the path of the dark. So, chat should watch Screen Rant's X-Men 90s recap. Yeah, is it pretty good? I saw they did a great one, and also New Rockstars put out a really good one too. Red says, I'm going to say it, dude. I definitely hope Anna Taylor-Joy in Deadpool 3 as Magic got her Colossus in a scene or two together. That would be really cool, actually. I never saw that movie, but I like Anna Taylor-Joy, so that would be kind of fun. That'd be cool. Mo from the Foe says, spring break, so I can finally be here live. That's awesome, man. Hope you're doing well on your break. Excited for X-Men 97 stream. How's Godson and Elisa? They're doing great, man. You know, I put a video up on my Instagram yesterday because I have some basically wooden samurai swords for practice. I think they're called Bokon. And I was giving Liam one of the short swords, and I was showing him how to hit like the balls and stuff. And he was actually like hitting the balls on the floor, like from a ball pit, with his little wooden samurai sword. And it's just awesome. He's actually learning like really good control with it and like hitting the ball. So soon he'll be ready for a real blade. Rossi says, who invited Freddie Prinze Jr. to the show? How dare you? Chase Floyd 61 says, yo, Josh, are you playing any Helldivers 2? Find me a buyer for my Raven Guard army. Oof, that's a tough one, dude. Raven Guard army? I don't know, man. Yeah, I'm playing a lot of Helldivers 2. I'm having a lot of fun with it. It's a pretty good game, I think. Pretty good. Oralsik says, second game of KOTOR was shit on because of bugs, glitches, and rushed, not the storyline. Oh, yeah? I heard different. The Sith Lords in the game are beloved. Nihilus, Scion, and Traya. That's true, actually. That's true. I can give you that. I'll give you like, you're half right. And let's end this poll while I'm still ahead. Let's go. Let's go. What do you think, guys? Anything else we should be going over? I think it might make it a shorter stream. Oh, look, they've already started coming for me. They've already started coming for me. Everybody's real mad. Oh, no. Everybody's real mad at Papa Josh. Sorry, I just had an opinion on the internet. Did you watch Young Jedi? I did not, man. I did not. If you remind me, I'll try to find it. Any good quote tweets? Nope, not yet. What did up to task have to say? Oh yeah, no, we'll wait for his comment to come in. You and Liam should be watching, bro. Yeah, maybe we've been watching a lot of the '90s X-Men show together. He doesn't really get it, but like he likes the vibe, he likes the music and stuff. So, Green Goblin is S-tier. Get him out of here. No, I'm just kidding. You're good, man. It's the 20-year-olds who watch Clone Wars growing up that are triggered. It's not a kid's show. Star Wars is for kids. Period. Like that's like George said that, and I remember he said it at Orlando's Comic-Con, and he literally said, he prefaced it by saying, they don't like it when I say this, which means it's true. Which means it's something the corporation doesn't want you to say. But the creator is going to tell you facts. It's for 12-year-olds. That's what it is. Do kids even watch Star Wars anymore? Probably not, because they're not making it for 12-year-olds. My kids are 18 and 22 and loved phase 1 to 3 of the MCU, but the last 2 phases really turned them off. As for Star Wars, they watch it because of me. Not sure they're really into it. Yeah, that's what's happening. But they have the ability to turn it around. You know what I mean? They have the ability to turn it around. Bad Batch would be. Bad Batch is great for kids. And it's got like darkness in it. I'm not saying it shouldn't have darkness in it. I'm saying it's for kids. It's different. So the targeted demographic can't even watch Revenge of the Sith because of the PG-13. Or they can feel super cool because they get to watch it before they should. No kid anywhere. Losing limbs is tight. What are you trying to say? Revan Reborn wears white and red. He's the balance of light and dark. He's meant to be one-of-a-kind character. The general straight light-dark motif should be used. Otherwise, it means nothing. Yeah, so he was like the dyad, right? He was the original dyad. Sheesh. Mahler has ripped apart Bad Batch. You're gonna get me in trouble, Agent Llama. You're gonna get me in trouble. Ninja Ranger says kids shows with dark themes are the ones we remember. Yes, this is true. What's that one? It was like a crystal or Legend of Nymph or something like that. I feel my Star Wars eats my. Wait, what? I feel my Star Wars eats my soap opera. I don't know what that means. The shit is called Star Wars. That is quite astute of you. That is a really good catch. Dark Crystal, is that what it was? I feel like it was something else. The Secrets of Nim. Yes, I think that's the one. Yeah. That shit was, when I was a kid, that shit was dark, bro. Way to prove a point by not remembering it. I remembered it. I just didn't know the exact name of it. This isn't a goddamn pop quiz. We're not in school. Oh, holy shit. Oh, there goes the music. Time to go. Sorry, guys. Okay, so it's been real. Been a good stream. Love you. Appreciate you. Shut your mouth when you're talking to me. Goosebumps hit hard too. Goosebumps did hit hard. What was y'all's favorite Goosebumps? What was the one that scared you the most? What if I don't love you back? That's fine. It's not required. This is what they call non-conditional love. When is the Nerdvenger stream? Tomorrow at 7. What were you going to say about Mahler? I was going to say so much about Mahler. That's it! But I'm not going to. Because it's a new year. It's a new me. You know what I mean? I'm trying to be chill. Never watched Goosebumps? Dude, the scariest one to me was the puppet guy, who I believed was voiced by Mark Hamill, unless I'm wrong. I thought you liked Mahler? Yeah, I did, right up until you said he tore apart Bad Batch. Mahler beef? Mahler from Invisible? What? I Was Wonka made it into the film, but wasn't casted. Wait, what? Talk about Invincible? It's alright. It's alright. We love Spicy Josh? I know you do. But I can't just give you everything you want. Yeah, Night of the Living Dummy. I think that's the one. Yeah. That one was really scary. I'm trying to think of some other Goosebumps ones that were really cool. Yeah, those were crazy. And then the Choose Your Own Adventure R.L. Stine books, man. Those were wild. Those would always end super dark, too. My girls like Young Jedi, but that finale was underwhelming after you hyped it, Kendall. Oh, shit, Kendall. Stick that in your pipe and smoke it. That Batman episode with the ventriloquist was creepy too. Isn't that like what I'm talking about, or am I wrong? I don't know. All right, guys, I got to get on out of here because my freaking eye hurts. Appreciate you, though. Much love to everybody. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your attention. Thank you for the likes, the comments, the messages in chat, the subscribes. Thank you for the member chats. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you for becoming a member. Appreciate y'all. Much love. And as I always say, I hope you're having an awesome and a nerdy day. And I'll see you in the next video. Is everybody gone? Did everybody leave? Another happy landing. Another happy landing. Guys, is everybody gonna get upset with me on Twitter now? Is everybody mad? I can't even do GIFs on Twitter right now on the desktop. I swear to God. Y'all just love all the wrong things. You love Alon. You love violence in your Star Wars. You love all this stuff. And you're wrong. How do I reach these kids? But you know what? It is kind of fun. You know, it's kind of fun, right? Like, you know, you guys are wrong, I'm right, and then we all get mad at each other. It's pretty cool. It's pretty fun. Pretty good time. You know, don't worry about it. It's all good. Much love. All right, guys. I'll see you soon. Remember to open up your third eye and wash out your stinky